In this video, we're going to be discussing the 5 benefits of deleting yourself from the internet. Hey everybody, welcome back to RANDOMFIX. So in this video today, we'll be discussing the 5 benefits.
Hey Dad, what protects your online information?
Really, son, if you think about it, nothing. ATM cards have PIN numbers, email addresses have passwords, and credit cards have billing addresses and security codes. But when it comes down to our online information, there's nothing protecting it. So it is actually up to us to go ahead and do this for ourselves.
Yes, sir.
Get her done. When it comes down to your online personal information, guys, guess what? There's no safeguards available unless you take action. So in this video today, we're going to discuss those 5 benefits. And when it comes down to your personal information, I actually made a video where I showed people how to go ahead and look up anybody's information with just a name, phone number, address, any sort of information. And you can get their date of birth, their email addresses, their old roommates, kids, family members. And this information is used by scammers to go ahead and steal your money, your identity, and rob you of many, many years of hard work. The very first benefit is actually my favorite.
Benefit number 1, less annoying phone calls.
I hate it when my phone rings unless it's something important. So one of the things that I noticed before I deleted my information was the amount of phone calls I was getting. So I use my iPhone for recording, and one of the best things that's ever happened is that my phone stops ringing, so I can actually record this video for you guys. So if you guys like quiet time and you don't want to risk those pesky telemarketers calling you and potentially setting you up for a scam, go ahead and get your number offline. And also at the end of the video, I'm going to give you a super tip to get those phone calls even lower. Benefit number 2, you're a lot less likely to get scammed. By ditching your online information, you're less likely to fall victim to sneaky cyber attacks that are aimed to steal your identity and your money. Benefit number 2, and this is oftentimes undervalued until it isn't. So I have seen people get scammed for thousands and thousands of dollars. And a lot of times, guys, as sad as it is, that happens to people in the older age bracket, and they lose trust for everybody around them. And these scammers take advantage of that information, their family relationships, and they tell them that one of their family members is in jail and nobody else can find out about it. So you need to send a lot of cash in an overnight envelope to a certain address. And guess what, guys? It is all coerced and your information was sold to the highest bidder. So getting your information offline is that extra insurance that you need for the future. And towards the end of the video, I'll give you guys a super tip for clickable links. This is something you really got to watch out for, as there's not many ways you can actually avoid this. But I'm going to share with you guys something that I use on a daily to make sure I don't get scammed. Benefit number 3, you're less likely to get doxxed. Now, if you guys don't know what being doxxed means, it basically means that you're sabotaged. So let's just say you work at a company, you're a manager, higher level employee. Some employee doesn't like you. They come in and you tell them something that they don't want to hear. They can go online and post bad information about you. They can post your kids' information, your parents' phone numbers. So you want to take charge of your online reputation, because this is really the way the world sees you. And deleting your information online is going to go ahead and give you the power to control what is out there about you, so you can be free of negative scrutiny. And if you have a professional license that is displayed on public websites and you still want to keep your information private, the easiest fix for this is to go and get a United States Post Office box, and there's an option in there to go ahead and call the PO box a unit number. So for example, it'll be 123 Main Street, Unit 15, instead of being PO Box 15. That is compliant and it keeps your information safe. Benefit number 4, personal safety. Online harassment oftentimes leads to in-person harassment, and this can happen really fast and all of a sudden. So if you want to make sure you safeguard your persons and your family, get yourself offline. And at the end of the video, I'll show you guys what I personally use and how it's actually made it so everything's automatic and I don't have to really worry much about it. And I'll leave you guys a video review of the top 3 services that are available out there, and I'll break down what I like about each so you guys can decide for yourself.
Benefit number 5, peace of mind.
So one of the nice things about the internet is the community that it creates. And since your information is not online, you can freely engage with people without having to look over your shoulder all the time and worrying about your personal safety, your money, your bank accounts. And I would just want to point something out. Lately, I have been seeing more and more data breaches. It's actually gone from 1 to probably 10 this year from services that I go ahead and use. Because remember, some of your very personal information, such as your date of birth, are going to be used to validate certain accounts. And anybody on the internet can see it unless you stop them from being able to access that. And now let me show you guys what I use. And remember, there's other services that will do the same for you. The most important for me personally is the fact that they're based in the US and they have really good customer service. And I've used them for 3 years without any hiccups. And if you can, the very first time you want to go ahead and delete your information yourself. That way you know what's involved. And this is a process. This is not something that you click a button and the next day it's done. Normally, to clear all the information off the internet, it does take anywhere from 30 days all the way up to 90 days because there's a lot of data brokers, which I'll show you guys, that are unresponsive. So here's the service that I personally use. It's called Data Seal. I'll include a link to it and also at the end of the video, which is a direct link, and you guys will get some additional savings by using that link, and it does support the channel, and I do appreciate it. And all you need to do is hit sign up. Once you have this information put in here, just go ahead and type in the email address, hit continue. I personally like the yearly rate as it saves a little bit of money. And so let me show you guys my personal screen now. And a total of 63 requests have been made, 42 have been deleted. And here's some of the different companies. These two right here are data brokers. A lot of times they're very slow to respond, so they did get that information off. And here's some of the different places my information was found. This is after I deleted myself. The very first time I did this, I was on numerous websites. And as you can see, my information is not available on the internet. And once in a while, something does get through the cracks, which is not normally a big deal. And you can go ahead and make the request yourself, as some of these brokers do not go ahead and comply. And don't take any chances with your online information, whether you need to do it yourself or you want to hire an external company to take care of this for you. You want to go ahead and set it and forget it. And this is the best mentality when it comes down to online privacy, as the information will go ahead and repopulate. And now I'm going to give you guys some helpful tips to keep your information super safe. Very first tip, delete your credit profile. So when you guys delete your credit profile, you will delete anything that the credit bureaus know about you. You also want to opt out of any shared data from your payroll providers. You want to lock your credit bureaus. And I'll leave you guys links to these resources down below. And if you live in a certain state like California and New York, you even have more rights. So do not be afraid of doing this. Next tip, go ahead and sign up for the Do Not Call registry. This will go ahead and lower those annoying phone calls even more. Next tip, do not write checks. So each time you write a check, you're going to go ahead and expose your account number. So instead, just go ahead and use a bill pay from your bank. And when you avoid writing checks, you will not have the information on it bleached if you use the correct PIN. This is called a Uniball PIN. This is the only PIN I ever write a check with, as they cannot go ahead and bleach the payee's information and the amount, and you will not have your account drained. And while we're talking about banks, always have more than one bank account, because sometimes banks do have security glitches and your account can go ahead and be blocked and you're not going to be able to pay your bills. Next tip, do not click on any links that are emailed to you, even if it looks like it's legit. I get so many fake emails from PayPal, and as a pro tip, instead of going and clicking on those, I actually just go to a browser and I type in paypal.com myself, and I'll enter that website on my own behalf instead of using the provided link. And you can do the same for your bank accounts. Do not click on their links. Next tip, avoid physical SIM cards. Physical SIM cards can be stolen and inserted into another phone, and scammers can contact your bank, which will send an SMS to that phone. They'll go ahead and validate the transaction, and you are out a lot of money. So always try to use an eSIM when possible. Next, avoid opening or accessing any files that are sent to you from an unknown party. So you might go ahead and get an invoice from PayPal, McAfee, Norton Antivirus that says you've been billed. Do not click on that link If you don't know the sender, go ahead and delete it. And if you want to verify if the transaction was real or not, go to the credit card site yourself without clicking their links. And for the last tip, go ahead and use Google Authenticator and only use this with Face ID or password. And make sure that you have a backup of this somewhere. If I left out anything that you think is important, please let me know down below in the comment box. And I'll leave you guys all those links at the end of this video, as well as in the links down below. And thank you so much, and make it a great day.